Okay, do you want to not just break your 5K PB, but absolutely smash it, obliterate it, so that you turn yourself into a completely different animal, completely different athlete? In this video, I'm gonna give you 5 specific sessions that you can follow to become that different athlete. And this is exactly what I did when I went from not being able to run 400 meters to running 25 minutes for 5K, gradually bringing it down to 20 minutes, and then figuring out this kind of stuff and getting it down to 15 minutes super quick. Now, before I get into the key sessions, exactly a week ago, I ran a competition to win one of my favorite All-In Run Club t-shirts, which are currently the athlete t-shirt and the runner t-shirt. So congratulations, Joe Viselli, who commented on the Super Shoes video that I made exactly a week ago. You'll be receiving a t-shirt to Maine, USA. And if you wait until the end of this video, I'm gonna be giving away another t-shirt, and therefore there will be an actionable point at the end of the video, but don't fast forward because you wanna get faster at your 5K. Now, with running the All-In Run Club and with seeing my own progress in the 5K, initially very slow, 25 minutes to 20 minutes, took me a long time relatively, way longer than it took me to go from 20 minutes to 15 minutes. So that tells you something. The mistake that I was making, and the mistake that a lot of the athletes make at the All-In Run Club, is they're implementing a new skill, that faster running. Most runners will go out for a run in the gray zone. All their runs will be at the same pace. And so when they start to implement structure and they implement faster running, interval running, it's a shock to the system, and so they either get injured if they do too much of it too soon, or they hit a plateau very quickly, and that's demotivating. Session number 1, 2 times 12 minutes with 60 seconds rest in between. Now that's a long rep. And if you're new to interval running and you're new to faster running, what that's gonna feel like is not so dissimilar to you going out there and running your normal run, whether it's 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, or more than that. So we're not running so much faster, but you're pushing. You're running faster than you usually would run on one of your normal runs. And whether you're getting those regular runs right, and those are in zone 1 or zone 2, or whether you're making the typical mistake that a lot of runners are making and running in a gray zone, this will be beneficial to you because you'll be able to push because you've only got 12 minutes to run until you get your first rest of 60 seconds, and you've only got 2 reps. So you're gonna do 24 minutes of total volume, but it's you pushing. And that's you pushing ideally into zone 3 and acquiring the skill of you going that bit faster in your new interval running. Session number 2, 4 times 6 minutes. So double the amount of reps, but half the rep length. 60 seconds rest in between as a constant will keep that there, which helps you to pace each individual rep. What that's gonna feel like if you've done 2 times 12 minutes is you're able to run faster. You're able to put more effort in for a 6-minute rest than you are for a 12-minute rest. And that means that over that total volume of 24 minutes, which we're keeping as a constant, you're able to go longer. You're able to push more effort, run faster, and therefore cover more ground. Session number 3. Now, I love this session. 8 times 3 minutes. So again, double the amount of reps and half the rep volume from the 4 times 6 minutes. And again, 60 seconds rest as a constant in between. So we're running 3-minute reps. So again, we can up gears and go even faster than we could for 6 minutes. And because we've done the 12-minute reps and the 6-minute reps, and now we're doing 3-minute reps, we can put more effort in. And again, over that total volume of 24 minutes, we can probably go further. Now, it might take you a couple of weeks of the 6-minute reps, a couple of minutes of the 12-minute reps in order for this really to work for you, but a nice mixture of all 3 over the weeks and months is brilliant. And if you're on week 3 or week 4, week 5, week 6, and you're getting to that 8 times 3 minutes, what we're starting to see is a different athlete coming to the surface, and you're now able to run way faster for that 3 minutes than you could for your regular run when you go out and run 5, 10, 15K, whatever your regular run is. You're able to push more. Session number 4. You've guessed it. 16 times 1.5 minutes with 1 minute rest in between. Now what we're going to feel from this session is we're obviously able to go way faster for 1.5 minutes than 3-minute reps, 6-minute reps and 12-minute reps. So we're able to cover more ground, but we're doing the same amount of volume, 24 minutes. but we've got 60 seconds rest in between and we're doing 16 reps. So that's 16 minutes of reps with 24 minutes of hard work. What that means is you can really push, and by this point in a training program, whether you're at week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, you're able to go way faster, put way more effort in, and therefore cover a lot more ground, and you're untapping this new element of speed that maybe you didn't have before. Session number 5. Now this is really difficult to execute. It's a really difficult session, whether you're an elite athlete, whether you're an Olympic athlete, or whether you're a beginner runner, but an interval session is as hard or as easy as you make it. If you want to go out there and run each of these intervals super slow and easy, it's going to be very easy for you. If you want to push yourself, you really can push yourself, and you can go into the red, but it's about pacing the session. So it's about pacing each individual rep and the total session as well. And the rep length, together with the recovery in between, helps dictate the pace and the level of effort that you can put in to the whole interval session. So session number 5 is 24 times 1 minute with 60 seconds rest in between. Now immediately you might think, I'm no longer having to run 3 minutes or 6 minutes or 12 minutes. This is going to be really easy. We're able to put a lot more effort if we just run in for 1 minute. And the reason why this is session 5 and not session 1 is because this is aimed at people that are struggling with that top end speed, or they're struggling with speed in general, and they want to work up and build that skill before coming down to something like a minute interval. Very difficult to judge the pace of a minute interval, much more difficult than it is to judge the pace of a 6 minute or a 12-minute interval. But what it's going to feel like is you being on and off. So 60 seconds on, 60 seconds off. So more than ever, it's so important to bring your heart rate down from high to low by controlling your breathing, and then really pushing, but still in control of each individual rep, for each 3, for each 6, and for the entire session. So you should be able to cover way more ground than you can for the 6-minute reps and the 12-minute reps, and even the 3-minute reps. There'll be a big difference here. If you were to do this on week 1, and a lot of people do this on week 1 because they want to gradually do shorter reps to begin with, and you went out and you ran those quickly, you're going to feel sore the next day. Because you started with 12-minute reps, then 6-minute, then 3-minute, then 1.5-minute reps, this should be a natural progression. And so you'll be able to get more out of the 24 minutes volume and the total session because you've worked towards it. Very, very smart. So there you have it. 5 game-changing training sessions to help you smash your 5K. The big thing here for me is when I see people go for it for 5K, they feel as if they're absolutely on the limit. And you shouldn't feel like that in a 5K. You maybe should in a 4th or 5th kilometer, but you want to be able to push for as long as possible in that 5K without going into the red. This is exactly what that does for you. And what you want to focus on is your 5K pace being very, very different to how fast you can run for 5 minutes. Your 5-minute pace being very different to the pace that you can run for 1 minute all out. If you've got the difference there, you've essentially got the 3 different gears before you even move on to the longer distances. And that's key. But you tell me, what's the fastest pace you can hold for 5 kilometers at the moment? What's your fastest pace you can hold for a minute? If you put that in the comments below and subscribe to the channel, along with telling me whether you'd prefer the athlete t-shirt or the runner t-shirt, maybe it's something to do with your identity, then I'll pick another winner next Sunday. Good luck.